Thank you, everyone, for joining me for another episode. In fact, another season of Ain't Gonna Be No Stupid. And I am here with Brett Habas, who has coined the title of this episode, Ain't Gonna Be Sandwiched. And I hope you're intrigued because we are in for a treat. How we know each other is we were colleagues before I went to college. No, before I retired. And one thing I thought about too is I don't think we've ever worked together, have we, on a committee or anything? But every time I ever engage with you, I've always felt this guy gets it. And I always appreciated your sarcasm. And every comment you made was just like, what? This guy is so profoundly in tune with what's happening.
I agree. I don't think we've ever worked together in any true collaborative sense. But as I was saying to someone preparing for this, I was saying, like, yep, we've always had some great hallway conversations.
And you always help lighten the mood if we were
I
always
mean,
stressed out
as
about
a teacher,
something.
sometimes that's all you have is a hallway conversation because
Truly,
we are
it's really
trapped
no,
in
no.
our
People say
little.
you work together, but you don't really work together when you're a teacher
No,
unless you're in the same department. Even then, you don't work together.
right. You get
Yeah.
trapped in a giant cubicle. People don't
Yeah.
quite see it that way
Yes, they
sometimes,
don't
but
get it.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow. Well, let me start with the light icebreaker first, and then I'm going to ask
sure,
you the deeper one. Since
sure,
it
sure.
is titled Ain't Gonna Be Sandwiched, I'm going to
Okay,
ask you, what is your favorite sandwich? But let me go first. Jersey
sure.
Mike's. I
Ooh,
don't think there is one here. There was in Indy, but not anymore. But Jersey Mike's beef chipotle Mike's way. Even though they'll shame you and say you don't need the hot ones Mike's way. Every Jersey Mike's needs to be Mike's way. And there's one on 95th Street and Cicero.
nice.
You need to go if you haven't gone. If you're a
All right,
vegetarian, you can get the other one.
it's not.
Okay. Well, I want to. Oh, you should go to Abuelita Coco if you know anyone that is a vegetarian, which is right next door to Jersey Mike's
There
on
you go.
95th, and she's a former student. If you
Oh,
shout out to
nice.
Cassandra, okay, tell me.
Well, I'm gonna go with a BLT, but I'm gonna go like supersize it, a chicken BLT, but really a chicken BLAT with the avocado in there. Kind of. So you have the chicken in there, so you fool yourself into thinking it's something healthy, right? Then you have the bacon, lettuce, avocado, tomato.
On
Uh,
sourdough.
oh, I like sourdough. Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
it's supposed to be
Yeah.
good for the gut.
Great.
So
Now
you
my
know you
stories are
gotta.
coming right from the bacon, right from the juicy, meaty part,
Yes, I love that so much. I'm trying to stay away from pork lately, but I had pork ribs on my birthday, and I was like, darn it! But
right?
you
Oh,
know, I
good.
do bacon on pizza too. It's like there's a pizza place
Yeah.
that
Ooh,
has bacon. I'm like,
yeah.
you gotta do it. So that was good. That was good. I like your specificity with all that. So
Uh-huh.
now the question is, and you wrote this on, you just wrote the teaser on your pre-interview questionnaire.
Yes.
What do you know for sure?
I feel like I've known the meaning of life for a long time, and it's not profound. It's not what people are like, I'm looking for this meaning of life. And for me, it is very simple. It is to be yourself, and it's to follow what you feel is right, what you feel is true to yourself.
Yeah.
I have props. I have a fortune cookie, a fortune from a fortune cookie. And it says your best investment is in yourself.
Mm.
That's why I kept it. That's a
Mm.
keeper, you
You
know.
know, I think that
As
is
corny as
true
that is, but that's not. But the message is not corny. Um,
for sure.
I truly, truly believe in that. I was reading someone else's blog, and it said, "You haven't met all of yourself yet," and
Wow,
I
that's so true.
really, really like that. I think if anything speaks to my 2026, I did not know I was going to be doing this. I did not know that I was going to be writing this 6 months ago. I just like one day was almost kind of like woke up like I think I'm going to do a blog,
I
and
love it.
I don't even exactly know what one day like triggered that, but it just kind of came to be. So
I definitely want to talk about the impetus, which you just kind of
yes,
alluded to, but I just
just a
brought
little
up
bit.
what you brought up with the meaning of life. I think about, you know, if you think about the students that we teach, no longer,
Yes,
but I think about when I think about those that it comes down to confidence, like whether it's me watching tennis, whatever it is, like everything I'm doing dance classes now and I don't feel confident. And I realized that you learn things through struggle and like in education and you're struggling through a concept or whatever, it's in that struggle that you find your true self. So I
Yes.
love that you went through some struggles the last few years, or life is struggle, but there's some certain things that you bring up in your blog. And I love how self-reflective you are. And you say there's an impetus to the blog, but what is it? You don't even, you said you don't even know
Right.
what it was.
Right. I mean, I do largely. I guess what I'm saying is I didn't wake up one morning and go, I'm going to write. I don't really know like how that happened, but to kind of go back and we're kind of skirting between the
Yes.
melding of the two, like between the first question and the impetus.
Yeah,
Um, I was self-conscious about putting this out there and
of
having people
course.
read it and knowing that I wanted it to get personal. And if it didn't, then there wasn't any point in
Mm,
doing it. And
right.
so,
You have
um,
to be vulnerable. And I love
yeah,
with your
I got to
topics.
tell you this is not really the answer to the impetus, but just kind of leading up to the meshing of maybe meaning of life, maybe our struggles we're talking about, is I put my first two blog posts, I put them before I published them, I sent them to 10 friends.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And it was how do you want to say it? A preview, I literally put on there, like, am I crazy? Am I like, do you see this having legs,
I love it. Love
And
it.
I got the feedback that, as you can imagine,
Yes, yes,
I got the feedback that I needed
yes.
from a support system. And like literally within 48 hours, I went, and I already had the domain going and the kind of the
Yeah.
idea going from, getting it out there. And then I went for it. It was very quick. I published the first two, like one day and the next right away, because they were ready to roll.
Yeah, and people are hungry because I don't still know if our listeners understand the topic yet that we're about to talk about. It is not about sandwiches, but the
It isn't.
sandwich generation. If you can explain who your audience is and what you
Yes.
want to accomplish with this.
And this now is really talking about the impetus, and kind of that'll answer it all in one situation. But the sandwich generation is a generation of adults that feel sandwiched between two generations. They are starting to take care of their parents and doing some things that their parents need to do, maybe financially, going to doctor's visits, doing all of the above. But at the same time, you still have children that still have demands. Even though my children happen to be college age, I can assure you they're still financially dependent, but also still decision dependent. There's still some things that they need, and it makes you feel like, maybe sometimes your needs get pushed to the side.
Yeah.
So the impetus was feeling this way, feeling increasingly this way because of some changes with my mom, and realizing that people don't talk about it enough.
Right.
I know that this is maybe starting to drift into some other thoughts from questions, but people staying quiet about it, thinking they're just supposed to put their head down and just kind of like
Right.
do this. But I knew that this was going to be, or I felt in my heart it was going to be relatable. That if I'm going through this,
Yes.
there's got to be
So many.
so many others going through the same thing. So that was really the impetus. I thought, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to see if other people grab onto it and can relate to it and have stories to share. And
Yes.
there we go. And
Yes.
here we
Well,
are,
when you say
22
I'm
blog posts in now.
well, I was just thinking about 22. Wow.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about how I didn't realize like even retiring and leaving my children was going to be such an emotional year. And now on the other end of it, I'm fine. But
Yeah.
going through it, I was very emotional my last year
I
and at
bet.
the
I
end,
haven't
right?
processed that yet
Yeah. But then
myself.
you, as a parent, did you go through the empty nest sadness? Or was it like
Yeah.
peace
Yeah. I
out?
mean, the empty nest was a huge part of this. Quite frankly, I thought the title of this whole thing was going to be maybe The Empty Nest when I first started thinking about writing. And then it's gone different places. But as I started kind of going through things, there's about like 10 like chapters in my head, like, relationship with my spouse, with my kids, with my parents, at work, and etc. It came out to about 10 topics. And then I thought, like, am I writing a book? What am I doing? But I knew there was something, and I know.
I think with 22 posts, I think you can, your chapter, your table, I got a guy in Bangladesh can put it all together with the cover and everything if you need one.
So you get it. But it turned out to be like, oh, a blog. Like then those 10 chapters didn't become, for me, I like the format. It didn't become like an exclusive chapter. That chapter I can lean on twice, 5 times, 10 times if I'm talking about something, and it just keeps expanding. So,
well, I really liked when you shared how you were a perfectionist and that was just debilitating, and you went to therapy. And tell us the tip. And I think this is a key tip of life. If nobody gets anything out of this podcast, let's hear from this one.
Thank you. I agree. I definitely have perfectionist tendencies in my home, at work. I'm dissatisfied. I'm straightening things. I'm doing like, it's, the towels have to be this way. I mean, there was a lot of things that quite frankly I've calmed down on. And yes, just what you mentioned, like mentioning that I went to therapy and I'm going currently, but mentioning it was a big step for me. To me, that was something that was still a stigma. I wasn't sure how I wanted to roll that out with the general audience, just everybody at large. And I've come with age, with wisdom, whatever, to say
authenticity, baby.
Authenticity. And let's go back to the beginning. You've got to be true to yourself. And I know how much it has helped me.
Yes.
And therefore, more power to the whole process. But to get to it, my therapist is the one that brought that concept up. And she said that 7 is the new 10.
Not good.
It is really powerful. All I have to do is say that phrase to myself, and I can feel myself calming down and getting perspective on it. That doesn't mean I have it all solved in that 5 seconds, but it does. It takes it takes a little bit of edge off of it.
I think we need to say that again. 7 is the new
7 is the
10.
new 10. So I will explain more. So let's say your house, you are a perfectionist and you want everything to be perfect. Could your house, in your opinion, be a 7? Could it be a 7? It's tidy, it's neat, it's clean, but it might not be perfect. And the question is, in your life, does it need to be Thanksgiving perfect on
I love that.
July 10th? On July 10th, I only needed to be a 7. Yes. I am not hosting the party of the year kind of concept. Right. Most of the time, a 7 will suffice. It's really powerful.
And when somebody comes to your house, let me say this: never apologize for your mess. It's the people that are there to see you, and nobody sees the crumbs. Like, come on, it's too many people in the room to see the crumbs, right?
You are seeing your crumbs, and they
Exactly. And it's the same thing now as I'm older. I just got called to play tennis this morning, last minute. And I don't get as frustrated with myself because, one, I'm older. That ball I would have got to in my 20s. Okay, fine. But I'm still like wiser with different shots and the variety of shots I can make. And I don't beat myself up again. I wish my wisdom of today was in the body of the 20-year-old, but it wasn't. Right. So what? So now I'll just be really good old lady playing tennis one day. But it's okay. It'll be a 7 as a new 10. It's really what I thought about today when I was playing.
Truly. And we're so blessed. We have so much more time, I believe, in our lives to listen to what you said, right? Okay, you're not 20. However, we have so much life. I mean, we have so much life left. And I'm just finding new things out about myself. I'm just thinking about like, oh, what do I want to do when I retire? Which is 6 years away.
What?
I know.
Oh my gosh, it goes so fast. Enjoy the last lap.
I have time, and it's going to go fast,
Yeah.
Yes, I've had colleagues tell me that it's going to go by.
And when you're there, hold on. When you're there, like, I know I'm still in summer, and it's like still like I go back in the fall in my head, right?
Oh yeah.
No, there's something happens where you're like, I have 0 goals. Like right now, it was scary. I have 0 goals in life right now. And normally you always like, running 100 miles an hour and you got to get.
I love that, but it's scary.
But it's like, whoa. And I think it's okay to just be in the goal of like rest. But I played in a beanbag tournament in Florida on my birthday. And I was laughing because I was like, we came in 3rd out of like 30 teams. Wow. And I was laughing because I was very competitive because I had no goals. It made me, what I mean? It was a day where I had a goal.
Right.
So I'm like,
Watch out.
I know. And even in those dance classes, I guess my goal is to be larger than, like you think you're going full out in the dance moves, but you look in the mirror and you're going like 50%, but you really are going full out, but your body is showing the audience 50%. You're like,
Sure.
so my goal now is, even though I mess up a move or something, my goal is to be like, 7 is not the new 10 in dance. You have to be like 12 is the new 10. You know what I mean? You have to be over the top. So little things like that. But it's just funny how I really don't really like, I don't know. I'm a little nervous about the no goals thing, right? I'm a little nervous about this mentality of, well, I don't have to because I'm not.
I've heard some retirees say that they plan a trip right when school starts.
Oh, I do have a trip to Europe
just
planned.
correct them. Good.
Okay, we're good.
That's what I've heard is like because you get out of your
Yes. And
instead
something
of like
happens in your brain when you get on a plane. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
yes. Instead of being in your home space going,
Yes.
should I be getting up and going to work? Doing
Yes.
something different. And
That's
then
true.
like you
Something
said,
to look
you
forward to.
said your last year was emotional, but you're past it.
I'm
You'll be
done.
on vacation and then
Yeah.
you'll be past it.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
weird. It's so weird.
I can't
And
wait
then
to
my
hear how that
family, I know I never even pictured, like I said, my sister the other day, I'm like, I never pictured this time of life. Like my brother and sister both have grandchildren now. And I'm like, I didn't have children. And I thought, darn it. I regret not, I never regretted having children, but now I regret not having grandchildren. You know what I mean? So
right.
I'm glomming onto everybody who has little kids. You know what I mean? So it's just funny things that I've thought about. So I do like that you mentioned about like things that you're learning about yourself through this, that you're learning how to have boundaries. And I like the way you talk to your daughter now, that you're not like just spewing advice at her, but you ask for permission, or do you want my suggestion? What a gift that you are to her.
Thank you. Yeah, that took we just talked about it because Julia is one of my largest confidants in this process.
Oh,
She reads every week. We talk every week about it. Yeah, it's really awesome. We have a great relationship.
I
But
love that.
we talked about it just yesterday about the idea that is really when she was going off to college, like when she was deciding where she was going to go for undergrad. She's about to start grad school this fall.
In Marquette, you said. Oh, I
Yeah.
should tell people where she's going.
But no, that's fine. But 4 years ago, let's say, we made a spreadsheet of the schools that we visited and the cost and the programs and the distance and the whatever. And I was there to be that like analytical structure, but I wanted the decision to be hers, and as we were talking, like, I guess maybe if she was deciding to go off a cliff, I would have maybe grabbed her by her overalls, but I knew that wasn't the case.
You had already done that. You already done the work. You knew that she wasn't going to go off the deep end.
Exactly. So we watched her kind of navigate through and pick a place and everything. And that was really the start of that mentality that I'm not assuming that my opinion is wanted.
That's good.
It is where I came up with the title, The Modern Father, for one of the posts where this is the concept of being a modern father. I am asking, would you like my opinion?
Perfect.
And her answer was so sweet. She said, I always want your opinion, but I appreciate you asking.
I know, right?
She said it really gives her autonomy. It makes her feel as if, and not makes her feel, she is making her own decisions. And it's just we're in a really great space with that.
Does she suffer from perfectionism growing up in a household?
Yes.
Both your kids?
Her more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nature, nurture, maybe both.
Maybe firstborn and all that. Jacob is not quite the same perfectionist. Like sometimes, like Julie and I take this path like right there, and he kind of goes like,
that's how I'm more like Jacob. Oh,
yes, but he always gets there. I know, but
that.
It's like sometimes for me, I have to really kind of
let him do it his way.
Okay, this is not.
It's his process.
I would do what?
Yep. Oh, I love that. That's
Let me take a dramatic pause and drink from my swag. Do you like
this? Oh, you got some merch. Look at you.
Nice. I had to break that out for.
And there's a sandwich on it.
There is. I told you I had props today.
Are you selling merch?
Not yet.
Not yet. I'll just do drop shipping.
Right now, that was just for my producer.
Oh, your producer Jacob. Yes. Oh, I love that.
We'll get more into that probably.
We do need to get. Yes. Tell me now the creative process and the post process.
Just like how I choose posts and so on. Yeah. So originally, as I was mentioning, had like those 10 like chapters, let's call them, right? So there were like these ideas like where like if I thought about my kids, if I thought about Heidi, my wife, like, okay, there's a topic that could come out of that. And that kind of blew up into like 20, 30 ideas because you have like two or three for each of those, if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Then life events happen, right? Like, that like when, one of my children graduates, I'm going to be writing about that.
Yep.
Father's Day now in this mindset was something that was worth like writing about. I don't know if that would have been a trigger like under other circumstances, but
Sure.
I'm now looking at things through a lens like, oh, that would make a good topic. Just like you were looking like this would make a good episode, right? I mean,
I know. I thought about that the other day. I was at the pool and I said, I went to the bathroom and I said, I'm not going to pee in the pool. I thought that would be a great blog topic.
That's a great title.
Or I no longer pee in pools.
Right. I like that. That's kind of hook.
I'm actually taking the time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. So I have like this floating list of about 20 to 30 topics. And what I do is I have them written down. I have them on the computer, and then I'll take like 2, 3, 5 of them and I kind of let them organically sift to the top. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then I'll say like, oh, boundaries, that would be a good one. And, or, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And I just kind of look at which one. Some of these will probably never be realized, and maybe they will, I don't know. But as something comes in, it maybe takes a higher spot.
I get it.
If graduation comes in, I'm like, oh yeah, that one is something that's easy to reflect on.
Yes.
Or I don't know if the word is easy is right, but it's
right. Well, do you
find something meaningful in it? But then once they start getting to the top, like those 2 or 3, I start writing just the shortest little outline of like what I feel it would probably could look like.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of let them sit there and I wait to get inspired to actually hammer out like a rough draft.
That's cool because I noticed my process is I think more about what I write. I write things as I walk. Like I don't literally write them, I'll walk.
Yep.
And then come back and write. And that's how my creative process works the best.
I love walking.
So if you think about it for students that teaching writing, you should let them walk a few laps, if they had my process, right?
Yes, field trip all the time.
Yeah. Right? Oh, wow. So then do you have a day, like a specific time? You like, okay, I'm going to write today at this hour? No, you're not that structured.
I have a more specific release time. Like what I've been doing right now is releasing on Tuesdays in the like 10 in the morning. I've been sticking with that in the summer. On Thursdays, Jacob and I have been releasing an audio vlog.
Yes.
So that was the things, that was kind of in our up and coming.
Is that the same as the written version or it's a little different?
So what it is it is the written version that I did in the past and I do an audio reading of it, but then I'll do an introduction. So I'll introduce
explain that's right. I noticed that.
Explaining
I wasn't sure if it was the same.
My mindset was and whatnot.
Yes.
And I guess while we're mentioning it, this most current one, I'm interviewing Jacob because the blog post is about him in the circus. So I have interviewing him about ISU, about the Gamma Phi Circus. And so that we just added a little something special. We had our first little interview in there.
I love that. And that'll be audio.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. I love that.
Yeah, great practice for coming on here, right?
Oh, I love it. I know, right? That's why I'm saying it's just it's a conversation. It's a beautiful thing. And I know with someone like you, I knew there would be no struggle through the discussion.
Forever, right?
I know. I think we hit on the
we did impetus and process, I think, right?
Yeah. And then what have you learned about yourself?
Wow. I've learned, number one, that I am an author.
Yes.
My first post was titled, I am not an author.
Right.
What I said was, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a teacher. But I flipped that. And on my post number 10, I titled it, I am an author. And that was when I felt like that I fully was.
I love
it. Now 22 in, as you said, like we've got it's kind of undeniable, right? Like this is something that I could say that
it has to be a book. Yeah. I'm sorry. It has to be a book.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like where my strengths are with Sandwich Generation is the book. The Sandwich Generation is the book. The Empty Nest is the book. Fatherhood, it is open.
You're trying to find.
Yeah. But I mean, just the idea there that I do feel in some way and someday these will be, there's got to be
For
there
sure.
will be a way to collect these.
For sure. For
It might not
sure.
be chronological, it might be
No,
by
it doesn't
topic,
need to be.
and that is something that is up here.
I'm
Pre
excited
or
for you.
post retirement, who knows, right? We'll
Oh, there
see.
you go. I know I have to continue that Ain't Gonna Be No Stupid Teacher book that has like 8 arms right now because you write
Mm,
it since the 90s and it's all over my
oh,
drive and it's everywhere. I feel like I need to just start fresh
wow.
because it's
Yeah.
just too much, right?
Hmm.
But
Maybe it might be liberating to start fresh.
I need to. That'll be a good goal
Right.
since I've been having none lately. Yeah.
um, I'll comment on the learn about myself. The other thing was just that, going back to what we said earlier, is that I haven't learned everything about myself. I think that this is a very exciting time in my life. You mentioned the empty nest, and I had the time this past year. Is I felt busier than ever, but I felt busier because I took on things like this.
Right.
It would have been less busy, but I don't think that's how my brain works. So my brain is like, oh, okay, this came down, that allowed for something else to come in,
Yes.
and it happens to be in the form of this sandwich generation process and product. And I think it's very exciting for what
Yes.
happens in the future. There's definitely things I would like to take up and try. And
Yeah, I love that you said I am an author now. Like, I think anything you attach to the phrase I am
mm,
can become true. And so you can word curse yourself too, right?
I like it.
So I think it's important, whatever you attach to the I am is
Yeah.
something that comes true. Because I grew up in a family they were very brilliant, straight A students, National Merit Scholars. And I did okay too. I was a second in my class, but not because I had a great GPA, just because everyone else was slackers more than me. And I I literally started telling myself, I think in college or before, I don't know. I didn't even know I was going to go to college, but I started just saying, I'm brilliant. I'm brilliant. And I started believing it. And I knew I was brilliant in a creative way. And I knew I was brilliant in other ways, but I didn't really get that like fostered until I broke free and went on
Yeah.
my own. So I think it's
Because your
important.
household's version of brilliant was one
Yes.
page, right?
Right.
And
Right.
there are
And my brother
all
does
these
the
different,
spreadsheet for his kids too.
yeah,
And it's brilliant.
right,
He did it for me for something. I forget what car purchase. It was beautiful. Like
right.
I just love that. But yet I love that this side of you, science teacher, has this creative outlet, which makes you more well-rounded. And I feel like everyone who's like has their strength over here, just it's important to maybe tap into something you've never done before, right?
Right.
And it
I
would,
think because I'm a physics teacher and because that's an analytical
yeah,
minded event,
yeah,
and I do the spreadsheets, but you're right. Everything that I dream about doing, like learning an instrument, learning a language,
yep,
they're all creative things. I'm not like thinking about, I'm going to make a spreadsheet someday. That's not
right.
been there, done that.
Yeah.
But yes,
I
I
need to
agree.
maybe
It's like
I'm gonna make a
stretching my
spreadsheet.
brain into the more creative is
I like that.
been very rewarding.
I love that. All
Mm.
right. So tell me, what have you learned from others? We just dealt with what you learned about yourself. What have you learned?
First, we alluded to this a little bit earlier. One of the things is I just feel that people harbor their feelings a lot when it comes to the sandwich generation. When I started putting these posts out, I had people at work coming up to me and not even necessarily acknowledging that they had these harbored feelings. They just came up to me and they're like, I'm going through this too. My son is in college. My parent is this
Oh,
and that. And it was wonderful. And it was a relationship that I didn't have with this person before. So like that, it was like a huge win. But it was really just knowing that it is relatable, and that people just, I think it's just that, like, I always say it's like that Midwestern thing, like, like you just like put your nose down and you just do it.
right.
But I've learned in my time that talking about things isn't complaining. I feel like that's sometimes what
No,
the silver
right.
generation feels. Like,
Right.
you're not supposed to, like, I'll complain about something at work and I'll have some certain elders say, you should be lucky to have that job. Okay, but what I'm saying is valid, and it's
Yes.
okay to talk about things, and
Yes.
it's not shouldn't be perceived negatively, you know,
Yeah.
we're breaking the mold. We're breaking the mold.
I love this. And you mentioned you're going to join a committee. I think you need to create one.
Oh yeah, I like that idea.
Think about it. Wouldn't that be like, I don't know what you'd call it, but it would be one where because many of
Yeah,
the
maybe
staff are
so.
your age, aren't they? And they're
Yeah.
all going through the same thing.
I feel that coming up for like post retirement too. Like I said to myself, like, well, there would be time to volunteer. And then I thought for a while and I was like, I don't really want to volunteer. I want to create something
That's me. Holy crap. I was like,
where
you can volunteer at a dog shelter. No, I
people
can't.
are people are joining and helping me volunteer. Like I guess we have that
I
desire to
like
be
that.
like
Or a common
the
cause, just a
creative end
common
of it,
cause.
you know.
Yeah,
But get started somehow and find your way.
I love that.
So what I was saying is I feel like people quietly suffer, and that is something that I want to address. I want to get it out there. I feel like I call my audience friends. I use that phrase a lot.
Yes,
And I just want everyone to realize, I've certainly realized it in this time, that you're not alone, that people are going through these similar things. It will not match exactly. However,
right,
my mom's situation with Google Maps is maybe your mom's situation with whatever, but you can feel that
right,
tension, you feel that generational,
right.
like we all want to be there and support each other, but
Yes,
hard sometimes,
it
and
is.
acknowledging that it is not a bad thing.
But also, too, I think people think life is free of struggle or you're happy when, but really it's the struggle and the journey of the life cycle that like it's the tension of it is really the beauty of it. And that's what
Right.
makes you, I guess I think about like silver, is it that goes through the fire and it comes out shinier?
Oh,
Stuff
I don't
like,
know, I like that.
yeah, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like a
Uh-huh.
macadamia nut doesn't really come out of the ground for 7 years. It's in the dirt.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Like the
So you have to
analogies.
remember those things when you're going
Uh-huh.
through stuff because it's like, I always ask, what am I supposed to learn? What's going on here? Why am I seeing? Because I've had some miscommunication issues with like doctors and little things this
Sure.
last week. And I thought, what? And I still haven't figured out what I'm supposed to learn from it, but I guess patience, because it's
Mm.
been a miscommunication theme for the last like 5 different scenarios, and I'm off. I'm retired. And yet I have struggles still. You know what I mean? And I guess that was a reminder, maybe that, yeah,
Maybe.
Amy, everything's not going to go your way now that you're retired. You know?
Right.
So maybe you got to remember that maybe be more proactive or whatever. I don't know. I'm still learning like why has there been so much miscommunication in
Yeah.
this season? But that's key too, right? Like you said, when you complain or you share your feelings, it's important to validate those feelings as opposed to always find a solution for someone to get out of those feelings. No,
Yeah.
that's
We
how
have to
you
change the
feel.
word complain to vent, right?
Yes, just
Venting
get it off
and
your chest
yeah.
because otherwise it festers and I think it becomes disease.
Oh, absolutely.
Dis-ease. Think about it. Dis-ease is
Yes,
disease. So don't let that affect you because I really feel like a lot of angst that we hold on to just manifests inside of our body in a negative way.
I agree. I'm all about getting it out there. Here I
Yeah, I
am.
love that. I love that. I love that so much.
This is my own cathartic
I see
therapeutic moment.
seminars, I see trips where you're organizing European trips to
I like
uh,
it.
I'm just wanting
You're
to
a
join.
visionary.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to join your fun.
Yes.
So like you mentioned something about tardiness in one of your blogs, and I thought it was so true because you
Oh
talk
yeah.
about what you learn from others.
Mm.
It's true. It really, I had seniors the last 3 years and first period seniors, and
Ooh,
I had to just roll with it at that point. I
it's
did a
hard.
5 minute bell ringer that would lock. No big
Uh-huh.
deal. I had a kid doing it at McDonald's one time. I thought that's
Hmm.
brilliant. He did the 5 minute bell ringer while he wasn't even there yet. And I just thought about have you seen the TV show Traitors?
I haven't.
Oh, once you do, I think it's a great show, but they always murder someone,
Okay.
murder with a letter, not really murder. And the next morning they're at breakfast and there's a knock at the door and they come in the like shifts. It's exactly like the traders when you're teaching first period seniors because like
Huh.
half the class comes in like whenever I'm like, who didn't die last night? I would just get up and say, who didn't die last night? Nobody watched the traders, but I was having a good time. But it's true about like I guess this whole on time thing, because it's one thing the pair of sisters and my mom and all the family, my dad and mom were both very punctual people, which is
Yeah.
so funny. I've been that way forever. We've all been punctual and we get like people joke about it. But when people aren't punctual, I need to relax, right?
Yeah.
About
Right.
their time clock.
It's tricky. Teaching first period is something that only
Only teachers
we would
understand.
understand.
Ah,
But especially in our concept of the door being locked and the number of disruptions and
yeah,
starting again and
yeah,
starting again.
yeah.
And it's a it's
Uh,
it's a real thing.
It is. It's a vexation, big time. But you're right. For me, I've learned that if I can't change something, I just have to treat it as comedy, which happens a
Yes.
lot with like our frustrations. I always think, oh, great screenplay writing
And
material, right?
when I'm answering the door for the eighth time, I will just say
Yes.
that I'll say to the class, I'm like, we'll get there. Eventually, we'll
I
get there.
know. You know what I
And they
thought of?
just
And
kind of look at me and they see
I love
the
it. I
little,
made notes. I made notes on, how you always like in May, you make notes for August. So things go
oh, fun.
differently.
Yes.
And one of the
Yes.
notes I made last year, but I didn't do, is have a doorman, like literally plant them by the door. So you
Uh-huh.
don't have to deal with the knocking and getting up and who's going
Yes.
to get the door and who, that whole thing.
Yes. The
So
person that can reach it with they
yes,
can,
I know. I thought that would be good. But like I said, I never did it because I thought I'd probably have to tip them at the end of the year.
right?
Um, so tell me more about the stagnant workplace and how to get out of it.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Like for
Hmm.
our profession, people go see it from both sides. When you're like a non-teacher looking in, it's easy to say things like, "Isn't that boring? You're doing the same thing every day."
Never
And
boring.
it's never boring, right?
Never boring.
It's 180 different lessons and it's 5 different periods and
And
da da da.
it might be the same thing, but it's different every period because
It's
each period
different
is like a
because
different
each
kid. It's like
person
a
learns
personality,
differently.
right?
Yes, yes. Each room has its own heartbeat and a personality. It's never the same, right? However, at the same time, you go in, you do your job, you go home. Like, can it become
Good.
stagnant in turn? It could.
If you're
It
never
could.
creative and yeah, yeah.
Right.
And you don't look
Exactly.
at the people that you're with. Like if you're with, like you truly see them for who they are, the kids, that's the fun too, right?
Oh, right.
Their
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
personalities and who they are. Like that is to
Yeah.
me that I'm gonna miss.
Isn't that the best part of the job, right? It's like always
Yes.
say, I could just close my door and just do
Yeah.
that, and whoo, bam, we'd be rolling.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
all the other stuff.
Oh, you should read your blogs to them.
Maybe. Oh, maybe we'll have like a blog Friday or
I like it.
that'll be our bell
You could
ringer or
you could
maybe our
analyze it using the spreadsheet style thinking.
yeah. What was Mr. Habas thinking about this?
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah,
Get to know your students, get to know your teacher. I think that's very SEL.
I think so.
You can do
I
it.
mean, why not, right?
Why not? I love that.
Um,
I liked what you said in the blog too when you're mentioning your daughter's graduation and how it's not just one person graduating and everybody, it's a community, it's a village, it's how to keep like, oh, back to the stagnant workplace. Take
yeah,
care of each other. And
right.
I
Oh,
think
yes.
you guys do as a department
Colleagues.
really well. I think
Yes.
you
Yeah.
do it, right? You have it
I think the science department does
stable.
a good job
I
of,
think you do a great job of taking care
yeah,
of each other.
of taking care of each other. We're the ones in there in the
Yes,
trenches,
I
the long
agree.
haul, and we got to take care of each other.
I
Absolutely.
agree. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely for
definitely.
real. And then I think English department does a good job of that too.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Yeah, from my
for your
what I
point of
see.
view. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, from my point of
But
view.
I'm sure, wait, I
Uh,
can't speak for other departments, but I'm like now going through my head, I'm thinking majority of them are doing the same for each other as
I
well.
think it feels that
I
way.
love that. But I
Yeah, I
like when
love
we
it.
go cross curricular though. I do like when we have to hang out with together. Like everyone's like, oh, staff
Yes.
development. Ugh. But I
Uh-huh.
always enjoyed
It's always
meeting
worth it
people from
though.
other departments and hanging out
Yes.
with different
Yes. It's so
people.
hard to do that sometimes,
It is. It's
you
hard.
know.
Yeah.
But to my daughter's graduation, the village part, you're saying, yeah, like the speeches were so good,
Mm,
the commencement speeches, and one of the speakers that the students voted to have him be the speaker, which I thought was cool in itself, right?
love that.
But he is the one that made the point of it takes a village. Like the
Yes.
parents, they're going through a change as well. The siblings are going through a change. The grandparents are not just the graduate. And I'm like, wow, that was really like
It is beautiful.
it is beautiful. It's like when you think about it, it's like, well, of course, but you're not focusing on all that,
Right, right.
So, yeah, that was one of my posts. I took a moment
I
to
love that.
reflect on that, and what is next for her is what is next for all of us
I know, right?
in a way, right? Because we're
Yes.
along for the ride and we are sandwiched in this together,
I do
So
love that. Yeah. And you're doing a great job taking care of your mom. You just have to read the blog, everybody, just because there's lot of good material about, parents and communication, and it's pretty funny. So I'm just going to leave that at that. Do you want to talk about the foxes?
sure.
Or that's a spoiler alert too from the story. But I love the way you coined the fox force fix,
Oh yeah.
rebooting. That's so good. But
Yes.
I felt sad for the foxes because
I
they
know.
also were looking, for community under your
I know.
porch.
They were looking for their village, right? It's just unfortunately
Not
couldn't
here.
be in my yard.
Uh,
Honestly, they were there for like a couple of days and they were running it rampant. They were trampling bushes. There was 5 foxes worth of you know what, and it was like,
oh my gosh. And
we've
then
got
the
to do.
little baby that got trapped.
Oh yes, it was wild. And
But I'm glad
luckily
he found his home, right? He found his family.
he did. That's how the
Okay.
story ends, right?
And
We
I
have a
also
forest
love
literally
what's
right
a,
across our street, so that was, I'm sure, where they came from, and I'm hoping that they
yeah.
reunite.
Yeah. Oh, you're funny. For sure. The Great American Road Trip, that's another one is one of my favorites. I don't know if you want to get
Yeah,
into it, but I love those trips. That is a beautiful thing that for every family to commit to. And I think Lauren did
it
that,
is. Yeah,
Kelly did that. And I think that there's a lot of families to just get,
yeah. I think without talking about the content of
yep,
the trip itself,
yep,
I think the value of it is
so good.
unparalleled.
I agree.
We took 4 major
I
road
love it.
trips.
Love it.
We covered 30 states, I
Love
think it
it.
was something like
Love
that, and
that.
2 Canadian provinces.
Oh,
And you just I don't see how there's any other way we could have made those memories, And for a lot of the locations, we had never been there, my wife and I either. But for them to have experienced that much
I love it.
um, before they were even adults, yeah, I mean,
Love
it
it.
was,
The best education those kids
yes,
could have.
if you can do it,
Yep.
do it. I've never regretted ever. I've never regretted taking a trip. I don't think
Oh
ever.
no, never, ever. Nothing. No, exactly. No matter
Always,
what, it always worth it. Yeah,
I
that's so
just like
good.
the experience of it.
Oh, so what's next for you, my dear?
Well, from a sandwich generation standpoint, one thing we have been talking about is assembling the sandwich generation, the audio vlog is what's currently next. So what's happening is it's following behind my blogs, right? So I mentioned that I have written 22 posts. Currently, right now on YouTube channel, Jacob and I have produced 5 audio vlogs that are up there, and they are representations of blogs I wrote, plus an introduction. The new one has an interview with Jacob,
Love, love,
but
love.
it's getting into my mindset. What was I thinking when I wrote it? And if somebody would enjoy, maybe instead of reading it, maybe they want to pop it on and
Yep.
listen to it while they're driving to work. I'm offering that for
I
them,
love
and
that.
but maybe you just want to hear my calm voice. So
I know it's so good. And they can subscribe, right? Because I'm going to put the
they
links
can
in the
subscribe.
notes.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, you could subscribe to the blog. It's the little button is there when you're on the blog, and also to the YouTube channel. Yeah, you'll get notifications when we post something new.
Yeah. I love
Um,
that.
the other thing that's new in this world is that I'm going to have my daughter Julia. She is going to write a blog post, and I don't want to give it away, but we were just talking about it this week, and it's going to be a companion post. So we're going to pick one topic. She's going to write it from her generational
Stop it.
perspective. I'm going to
Stop
write it
it.
from mine, and then we're going to
Oh,
see. We're going to do it blind, meaning we're going to have the same like 5 paragraphs we just talked about it, but we're not going to edit once we've read them. So meaning we want to see like what comes out the same, what's different,
I
what
love
our
that.
perspectives are. Yeah, it's really like, okay, we've done this. Now how do we get outside even this box,
Oh,
right?
I
So
love it so much. I know that
I'm
reminds me
like,
of one of my favorite book, Michael Doris, Yellow Raft in Blue Water, written from 3 different perspectives, same scenes. And it was so
yes,
good to read. It was so intense. Like I
yes,
love
like the
that.
Sound and the Fury kind of idea where it's
Oh,
written from
yes.
different perspectives. So
So
yeah,
good.
we're hoping, and then I think what that would do is even like inspire a future blog, because we can have a future one that would talk about what was the same, what was different, how did we see things. I think there's a good place for a follow up there. But I'm liking the idea of putting 2 different posts up, one written by her, one written by me,
I
and
love it.
seeing. what makes us tick and
I
seeing
cannot wait how this continues to
it'll be a
evolve.
good one. We're shooting for August, so stay tuned on
I
that.
can't wait. This is so exciting.
I know. It's
All
so fun.
right.
It's like it just keeps going, you
Okay,
know?
that's the beauty of creativity, right? And I think
Yeah.
everyone is creative. I think some people, I'm not creative. No,
Mhm.
you are. We are
You are
meant to
have to
create,
find it.
right? We've been
Yeah.
created by the creator. So anyway, so to close, you
Yes.
have a 3-2-1, three TV shows, two
Do.
books, and one YouTube channel that you want to encourage us to listen, watch, read, and listen to.
Yeah. So I'll go three. Three is TV shows. What I've been drawn to in the last couple of years are TV shows that create this sense of family amongst non-family
Ooh,
members.
ooh, I like
And
that theme.
all three of them that I'm mentioning have that central theme. So one of them is The Pit. If you haven't seen it,
And
it's
that's
about
on HBO Max.
it's on HBO Max. That is the emergency room called The
Yep.
Pit. It's in
Yep.
Pittsburgh, so it's the
Yes.
concept. But the characters are delightful. The head doctor is like the father. The head nurse is like the mother, and there are all these characters swirling around, and they keep it together amidst the chaos.
I
And
love it.
it's a little graphic, so you have to decide if you're up for that, like medically.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. He has won. She's won. They won Emmys and
Yes, they've
highly.
been nominated for five more
Oh my goodness,
this
yes.
week. Yeah.
Another one is Shrinking, which is about
That's
the
on Prime Video.
psychologist. I don't
I just
know.
looked it up.
Okay,
Prime
did you?
Video.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. And same concept. There are like three major therapists that are working in the same office, and how they don't just go to work and come home, how their lives interweave with each other.
Interesting. Is it
And
Harrison Ford, right?
it's Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
He's wonderful. Yeah, he's really good in it. And how
Comedy. It's considered a
what
comedy, right?
it's considered one. It's one of
Okay.
those. It's a
Okay,
dramedy,
good. Good. I
but I
don't
love
really
it.
like comedies, so I'm glad to hear
Yeah,
that
I
you
mean
just said that.
you'll laugh and cry during that one, so
Nice,
it's
nice.
good. But the thing about that one is really like the idea about imperfect characters, which is such a nice modern television.
Yes, think about it.
It is so.
We mentioned perfectionism earlier, but who wants to
Mhm,
be around a perfect person,
yes.
right?
And then the last one is The Bear,
The
about
Bear,
the
Hulu, and
yeah
yeah,
Hulu,
Disney Plus.
about Chicago. Got to get
That
the
in
Chicago
you should
vibes
be
in
you
there.
could be an extra on that show too. They always are casting.
I'm up for it. Uh, but same concept, the concept
Yeah,
of creating family at
I
work
love this.
through the intensity that show
Yeah,
produces.
acting is
It
amazing.
is it's like anxiety producing in a good way, and
Yeah,
then like, wow, they really
that's great.
there's nothing on TV quite like that.
I
They're
have
really doing a
I I think you just gave me some
something.
goals. I can watch these three shows.
Yeah,
All right, two
they're good
books.
ones. Two books. Props. Who Needs Friends?
That was cool when I Googled that one.
Um, this is a really great book. Andrew McCarthy is actor from the 80s, like the Brat Pack, right? And he has become author slash, actor become author
Yeah,
in his current mode. And I just love this book. From an empty nest standpoint,
I'm
and
definitely.
taking a look at what I say, like my four best friends, and they're in different
Oh
places,
yeah, I love how you stay connected to your college
and
friends.
how I stay connected to them, and how I've had more time to reach out and be a little bit more of the initiator of some things. One of my good friends and I just went and did a weekend in Milwaukee to something we've never done before, and it's not all based on this book, but it
Right. It
is like it
reminded
gets you, like
you
it's that mind turning.
we
His
need
book
each
is
other.
about meeting people, like reconnecting with people from
Yeah,
his past. And so that really wasn't what I took from it, but I took from it my current friends and how I wanted to get to a
love
deeper
that.
level.
Love
And I'm telling
that.
you, that weekend, it's like we've been texting each other more, we've been talking more. It's like it's been
Mix
great.
means everything.
Yes, totally. The other book is Death of a Salesman. I had to throw a classic in
That
there.
goes along with the old
It
elderly.
it
Yeah.
really, I mean, talk about like the soup to nuts from these two books. But the line in there is that life is a casting off, and that is the line that Linda, the wife, the mom, says.
Oh,
And it really spoke to me from the sandwich generation point, because
yeah.
they say like, why are we paying this house off? By the time we pay the house off, the kids are gone. And I'm like, wow, that really holds true now. Like
The
there's
whole
something,
American dream thing, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
the
like
American
the
dream thing. And it's
chasing
like,
of that dream for
yeah,
what?
I feel like that is going to be, that could be a blog post. Like I'm thinking about that going like,
Big
wow, we
time.
really, that is what we do. So I just found it in a reread that I did recently. I found it to be very poignant to what I've been writing.
I love that. Oh my gosh. One YouTube channel to watch.
The YouTube channel that I really like that I think you should check out is called Quiet Quest. It is a music
Oh,
channel, and they have everything compiled for you. If it's actually in categories, if you want music to study by, if you want music to focus by, they actually have one called concentration. If you want it to fall asleep, I mean, they have it in categories, and they do. I can't explain it as well
no,
as
it's
someone
good
else
for
could,
even when you're
but they
teaching,
actually
right?
have like the pitches and things like in tune for it's. They have it
Yeah.
figured out for like what
Oh,
your brain is supposed to
scientifically
do.
or whatever.
Scientific, yeah. I would
Interesting.
need to do more research on the explanation, but I know that um, it's great. There's some that you can do for walking, as you've said you'd like to do, and
Yes.
just kind of
Interesting.
focus. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Thank you so much for making this thematic 3, 2, 1. I love that you're so intentional about your
Yes,
themes and everything, and you're so
yes.
creative. Don't ever
Thank
think
you.
science teachers aren't creative. They actually are the funniest, some of the funniest people I know.
Yes, there's
But
that sense of humor in there, right?
yes, but thank you so much for joining me. This has been such a
You're
blessing to come
welcome.
back and bring me out of hiding because it's been about a year
Yes.
since I've done one. So I
Well, thank you for
appreciate
having
you
me.
for giving me the reason for doing this. So,
Thank you so much.
all right, until we meet again.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
Brett, where can we find you?
Well, the blog can be found on the www.thesandwichgeneration.blog.
Okay, I'll put it in the notes.
Okay, great.
And okay.